All right, everybody. We're going to get started here right away. I'm Coach Casey. I'm the owner of Shake School. I'm also the head coach at Bishop Shanahan, which is super cool for me today. So this is my actual high school team, or some of the girls that can make the trip. So it's nice to share the experience with my own high school team. But these are also, as you'll see, drills that we do on a regular basis. So this is my 7th time speaking at the Lacrosse convention, so that's super cool for me too. A couple things before we get started. Due to the field surface being slick, I actually told the girls that just super demo mode. So we're not going to be going full speed. The one-on-ones aren't going to be crazy full speed one-on-ones. We're just going to kind of get the concepts of the drills across so that you can see what we're trying to accomplish. Today, just to give a little bit of background, in 2019 we did the live field and we did our first Shake School demonstration. We had 4 pro guys, 4 pro girls, and we kind of introduced our training style and our drills and our concepts to LaxCon. And since then, we have tons of college coaches, coaches of all levels, high school coaches, youth, travel, and they use our drills. And they use our online member platform. They go in there, they get drills, they teach our concepts. But the one thing that a lot of coaches have said to me is, you know what, Casey, we really love your drills. They're great for clinics. They're great for the college girls and guys when they're in their 20 hours and small group, personal training. And they said, but you know, when we get to the season, we have big team concept pictures we need to get taken care of. We have the whole team there. So we don't have just our attack, just our middies. And they say, so it kind of becomes hard for them to continue touching on the Shake School concepts during the season. And my biggest feedback to them is, guys, I'm a coach as well. So when we hit March, we're talking about team concepts as well. I'm not spending 40 minutes at my practice going through Shake School movements with just a couple players. That'd be one of the most inefficient practices I've ever seen. So I wouldn't do that, so neither should you. But what I do say is, you know, these girls are exposed to Shake School in the off season, small clinics, personal training, so on and so forth. It would be a shame to not touch on those concepts in season, because that's actually when we need them the most. So today, what we're gonna do is kind of show you how we build Shake School into our practice plans, okay? So for instance, when you guys do one-on-one drills, I've been to a lot of practices over the years. When I see people doing one-on-ones at practice, they might do 4 corners or a diamond, they throw a ball out, and then there's a one-on-one. And there's a one-on-one there, and there's a one-on-one there, and there's a one-on-one there, and they keep doing one-on-ones. And yes, they're doing one-on-ones. But what we're also doing is we're only allowing 2 players to work for that rep, and then 2 players work in this rep, and then 2 players work in that rep. So it's extremely inefficient, okay? We are trying to maximize touches, concepts, and so on and so forth in practice. So when you're doing one-on-ones from 4 corners, yes, they're getting individual work on how to do a one-on-one. Okay, here's my problem with that. Not only are just 2 people working, okay, but they also have very little time constraints. So this girl over here, she can dodge and roll and dodge and bounce back and roll again and run through the 8. And that's not realistic to have all that time and space to dodge in one-on-ones, okay? The second thing that we also talk about with those one-on-ones, they're kind of just freely moving in that space. It may not necessarily fit with your team offense or what you want them to do when you're 7-on-7. So how do we make the one-on-ones become a bigger piece of the whole picture and the team concepts? Our Shake School program and our drills are designed to help you win your matchups. Okay, so a lot of times in my clinics, you'll hear me kind of make fun of how a lot of the girls players can be very good at a young age as a really hard pump fake and then running to the cage. Okay, that works in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, depending on what region you are and what type of competition you play. That might actually work 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and 12th grade. But then you go to college and the defender across from you is 21 on her 5th year. She's lived in the weight room. She's seen that same pump fake and run hard a million times. So now you don't get separation because you have 0 range to your game. That got you there, but it's not going to get you to the next level. So now you're not an offensive midi anymore. Now you're a defender. So we're trying to prevent that. We're trying to unlock the athletes with our Shake School program. But when we're talking about winning those one-on-ones, okay, what I've noticed over the years teaching so much of this ISO work is what they do in a clinic with me is very different from what they do at your practice. When they're here working with me, they're working on different techniques. They're working on the footwork, the positioning, the balance, their hand movements, their head, hand, and shoulders. When they go to your program and you say do one-on-ones, they're not trying anything new. You're their coach. You're there evaluating them. You have the ability to bench them. You have the ability to start someone else over them. And what they're concerned about is, well, I know this girl, she's a really good player on my team. I just want to win the rep and not make a fool of myself. So she sticks to what she knows and what she's confident in. Okay, these drills today are going to give you a live one-on-one, but they're also going to give you your athletes the opportunity to work through different techniques in what we'll call like a safe environment. So a couple things about the 3 or 4 drills we'll get to today. Okay, I'm going to share 3 drills with you that we use for our one-on-one time. So when you guys are doing one-on-ones, and again, you're doing 4 corners, and it takes 10 minutes, and only a couple people got a couple one-on-ones, this is how we stay a little bit more efficient than that while talking about team offensive concepts and still addressing Shake School in the season. So all of these 3 drills that we're gonna show you are gonna include 3 things, every one of them. Number 1, it's gonna give your players an opportunity to work on new techniques and work through their Shake School reps, okay? The second thing, these are all going to be team offense concepts, even though they're one-on-one drills. Team offense, okay? It's not just me versus you. How does that fit into team offense, okay? And the third thing, it's just going to be a more efficient way to get your one-on-ones in, okay? I'm going to break those 3 things down real quick, and then we'll get into those drills. So when I say it'll give you a Shake School rep, let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and give me a couple attackers and middies right here. Okay, so this is a Shake School rep. Okay, this is a rep where the players are in a safe environment. This is not a real defender. This is a dummy defender, okay? Why do I use these? It helps my players become more spatially aware. So if I put a cone here, if I use this cone, the players can get to the cone and split at the cone. But what does the cone symbolize in this drill? Is that a defender? Is that the reach of a defender's stick? Is this good space or bad space? We don't know. Okay, with a defender, a pop-up defender, it's cylindrical, it's vertical. So if I go to split my hands here and I'm too close, I'm gonna recognize that I'm too close to the fake dummy defender. If you split your hands in a drill too close to a fake dummy defender, then when this is an educated, smart athlete, you're gonna be too close to them as well. So this gives them a drill where they can work on their spacing compared to the defender without having to worry about, did I mess up? Did she jam me? Did I drop the ball? Is my coach gonna bench me? Am I gonna not make the tryout for the A team? Am I not gonna get chosen for the showcase? Okay, so this is a safe rep. Okay, it's a safe environment where Amelia can work through different techniques. So just for example, combining Shake School with our drills. In this part of the drill, I can change this concept. Okay, right now, the way it's set up, my girls are working sliding their defender to a better point of attack, approaching. Whenever we see 3 cones on the ground, this is where we're encouraging them to get tight and chop it up. So in this drill, Amelia can slide through this drill. She's working on sliding, closing the cushion, breaking them down, and going. So see how she slipped? That's why we're gonna be jogging through some things. Okay, so in this drill, Amelia gets to work on different techniques without having to worry about if she's getting D'd up or if it was wrong or right. Okay, so that's a Shake School rep. We could change this concept here depending on what Shake School techniques we want to work on in the season. Okay, this could be a skip, step, stick, and go. Ready, Caitlin? We're gonna slide over, skip, step, stick, and go. Okay, so I can change the concept that my athletes are focusing on today. Right here, she can work on this. But remember, we're in season. So everyone's like, wow, that's good reps, that's good stuff, but I want live one-on-ones, okay? You guys wanna move that back up there real quick? So that's a Shake School rep, okay? A Shake School rep allows them to work on different techniques. We use the pop-up defender for spatial awareness. It's a safe environment. There's no pressure to win the rep. There's no pressure there for any of my Dodgers to win the rep. They can work on the techniques and movements that I want them to work on. Okay, so that's the Shake School rep built in, okay? The team concept, all of these drills we're about to show you in terms of team concepts, these aren't plays, these aren't things that I say you should do. This isn't the right way to play team lacrosse and the wrong way. These are gonna be common patterns of good offense, in my opinion, okay? Common patterns of good offense. Good team concepts. Now, whether you use these or not, you definitely have team concepts. It's going to be your job to figure out those team concepts. Hopefully this presentation helps you how to divide it out and then create these drills, okay? Inside these team concepts, we have more offensive roles included than just the 1v1 dodger. When you guys work on one-on-ones, you have a dodger and a defender and a goalie, maybe. That's all you're working on. There's no other big picture concept going on. One-on-one to cage, okay? So in these drills, we're gonna include multiple offensive roles, okay? We'll have a dodger, we'll move it twice, we'll have someone we'll call a transition position, where that's that person that's not supposed to be looking to cage, they're just helping the ball swing to the other side. You'll see that in this space, by doing drills this way, we can work on spacing and timing of our team offense. And we can also work on dodge and move it twice, right? That's not something I invented, that's good lacrosse. We dodge over there, we move it twice. If they fired to that dodger, we move it 2, 3 times. We're on the back side, we have a one-on-one, the defense is in recovery mode. That's good lacrosse, okay? It's not what you should do, it's just good lacrosse. So all of these drills are gonna involve team concepts. The third thing it's gonna help you do is just be more efficient in your 1v1s, more players involved, and these are more game-like one-on-ones, okay?